Evolve with Samantha.
Okay, let's pray. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for this beautiful day. We thank you for bringing us and gathering us here. Lord, we don't take this for granted. We don't take this for granted that we're here for Samantha. And Father, we ask you to forgive us for our wrongdoing in our actions, words, and thoughts. Our prayer is for you to be a minister. Lord, Samantha can do this alone. We cannot do this alone. Be a minister. Give us your wisdom. Give us your guidance. Give us your knowledge. Whatever we speak, whatever is spoken, or whatever is heard, Lord, may it be received in your spirit, Father in heaven. May our speakers of today be guided by the Holy Spirit, Father in heaven. And may whatever we learn, Lord, be good for us, for our lives, and the other people that we can impact. In the name of Jesus, I pray.
Amen. Guys, this is the brunch.
Let's see all popping and color. Yeah,
Thank you.
First of all, I want to thank God. You see God in me. I'm here because of God. I don't know how people live without God. I don't know. I don't want to know. I'm not going to cry, I promise. So, guys, thank you so much. I'm sure everyone here knows me. I'm Samantha Naesiga. I'm so grateful for you guys to be here. And I pray that you go back impacted. You go back. We're going to have fun. I'm already having fun. I'm on the third class. I'm already having fun. But I pray we go back when we are impacted. We have the two main guest speakers. They are going to impact us differently. This is not like any other branch. This is a branch with knowledge, with love. It's family. But we are all here to impact others. We are all here to be the light of the world. I'm a great believer. I'm a great Christian. So that's the whole identity behind this idea. Let us all welcome Mrs. Janat Kantal. That's me.
You don't have to say the second one. So anyway, I'm glad to be here, ladies. I'm so happy to be here. It is Janet Kantalama Katana. Kantalama is my name, and I use it. I know the katana, people know the katana. It is my husband's name. I am married. We made 9 years on 26th October. It is not mean achievement, and I want us to take pride in it. And 9 years of matrimony, but 12 years of my person and I living together. So I have been in this institution for a while. I'm a mother of 4.
Uganda, please.
You bring those flowers out, eh? So I give. So when Samantha invited me, I told her I rarely want to go out of home on Sunday. But then when she said, I'm with a group of girls, and I said, I love girls. That I want to be that woman for someone who I didn't get. I want to be able to be in position to answer a question or two, even just give an encouraging word to someone, even when maybe at the time I needed guidance, I didn't get it, or I actually got it, so I could be paying it forward. So I'm a psychologist by training. I have Masters of Science in Psychology. I love mental health. And so my two loves are mental health and women. So when I combine the mental health and the women, and I'm like, you know what? I wish girls knew that they're the most important thing. Your state of mind at that particular time is the most important. You cannot compare it to anything else. Then you'll take better care of yourself, isn't it? Yeah. So even brunch is you considering yourself first.
I have a list of questions that I got from some of us here to help us guide the conversation. And the most important thing I believe we all need to have right now as women, young women, old women, in any way, is to take care of ourselves, mostly our mental health. So we need each other. We need each other 100%, and mostly as women. I know we've been being put in a box of a woman picking on another woman, but this is not us. Because my crown is my crown, her crown is her crown, your crown is your crown. Yeah. I'm not coming for your crown. You cannot take my crown. So we should be different.
So can we have a conversation, ladies? What is it that you would want to know from maybe the expertise of a psychologist? So how do I do it? First of all, it's the grace of God, completely. I keep saying I'm a product of grace. And I'm a product of grace who has learned to call upon all her resources. Okay? If my resources got that day and the things are overwhelming me, I'll say, God, today. If my resource for that day will be my husband, I say, babe, I am stressed. If my resource for that day will be, Janet, you need to rest, I will rest. What I know at the end of the day is I have categorized the things that make sense most to me. Okay? And that starts with me. That even when I have that very important meeting and that day I feel like my body won't body, it won't give in, I'll stay home. And I will say, you know what? It's so sad that I should have been there, but the sky won't fall. When I got the next day, tomorrow, or when the chance comes up again, or if I miss that chance, it could be the life-turning chance, but the sky won't fall. The like fundamental, that earth shaking or tsunami, it won't happen. Okay? So I try to make sure that my priorities stay in my priority list. Am I okay? That is me, okay? I come from a family of about, surprising, like 50. Close. Not these things of very far, okay? But we can't satisfy everyone's need. If a person is not on your priority list, it's okay for them to have an opinion of you, as long as that opinion of you does not make you who you are. You know what it means to you, okay? I, for example, can miss a wedding of a brother if I know that if I weigh the options, that missing that wedding, or if I had an alternative, I should go to my children's school there, or I should go for that wedding. I weigh. And I'm okay. I will not mind if people say, can you believe Janet didn't come for? You know, I do not, I have reached that level of I will not mind, because I know what it means to me. I have defined those relationships to me. I have defined the priorities I hold to me. Okay? So that's how I'm able to balance. But the most important person, myself, in that category, myself. Even when I go home and I'm tired, and the children come, but it is me, I'll lock myself in my room. Simple. No. I have instilled in to know their boundaries and their spaces, you know? Because they can also tell me, Mommy, I'm tired today. I'm like, okay, so what do you want us to do for you? So even when I go home, I'm like, you know, today I had a really bad day. So recently my son went to school for like Saturday classes. His dad took him, but they had confirmation at school. So he really had a very long day. The classes were locked. You know, he went around, the dad just dropped him, usually comes back. So that day the teacher didn't teach him. So when he came back, told me, Mommy, I have suffered today. I said, wow, I am sorry you have suffered. So then I told him, you know those days when I come back and I tell you I am not me, give me time. The way you have suffered is the way I have some of those days, even worse than those days. So in there I'm telling them, yes, that you know the suffering, but you should also claim a little bit of your time in it, yes, your space in it. So I think that is it. No magic. Yes, no magic, boundaries, know yourself, know what it means to you, your priorities to you, stand by them, don't let them cross over. If it is work and stopping at work, let work be work. If it is just personal time, even when the work is, you have a whole file and it's your personal time, it's your personal time, isn't it? And thank you. Wow, thank you, beautiful piece. Thank you for being vulnerable. And I think one of the reasons that we see things happen to people, that people do things because they fear to get vulnerable. So I don't know if you're a believer, because I'm going to use two ways, okay? So I'm going to use the biblical. I am a psychologist, but I'm also a believer. Okay? Even when I'm doing my work, I tell people it is always important to have something to hold on to. That even when you're going through the deepest of valleys, if you have something that you can hold on to, and I want you to hold on to the faith, that this is your season of trials and tribulations. This is your valley. This is your valley that you're going to rise from. If it is an eagle, you're shedding off skin. You're shedding off your wings, you're shedding off your talons in preparation to fly and to fly higher. Okay? Oftentimes we have seasons. I don't know. If anyone tells you they have not had seasons, then they have been silent seasons. Some people's seasons may seem longer and darker and deeper, and more life altering. Okay? But nevertheless they are seasons. So if you're passing through this darkness or valley of death, as you call it, whatever, but you have something to hold on and say tomorrow will be better. Even when you're talking to yourself and you say, you're consoling yourself that this is not true, that is the devil trying to derail you. For we know that we were promised life and life in fullness. We were promised prosperity, and we were promised all things good. Okay? For that's us who believe. I will say for those who believe. Okay? So for that, if the voices come telling you to doubt yourself, no one knows you more than you know yourself apart from God. No one absolutely knows the lengths that you can go to. Okay? It is okay for you to go back and re-strategize. It is okay for you to call upon existing resources. I think I've talked about that. Existing resources. The resources, if those resources are going home for a period of time, to agree, accept the situation and start afresh. Because what the danger is you will try to still scrape, stay there and scrape, and then the time is going. The time you would have used to evolve, the time you would have used to re-strategize, even the resources. You will have used up the goodwill of people, because probably you will start borrowing and having people to help you support, make decisions, unwise decisions in the sake of pride and not wanting to actually accept that there is a situation that is around. And by the way, the other thing is, it is okay for you not to be in the same pace entirely, okay, with everyone else. I have seen flyers come crashing, and I'm not saying that I wish them to crash, no. The thing is, you should not go at a pace that is not yours. That even in this period where you feel that everything of yours is stunted, you even question what is happening to you, question where your life is going to be, you question the essence of life. I've heard those say, it seems everything of mine is not going right. Everything that I touch is now turning into, something else. And that is the devil trying to tell you, peace. The brightness that is ahead of you is too bright for me. Let me curtail you before you reach them. You're getting it? Because I know for a fact that every other season, when it is raining, when the sun comes, it is even brighter than the rain would have been. When you see it shining, it was raining the other day at mine. Every other person. Even when you see bright and shine and everything is moving for me, or it could even be shining at mine, but I am being scorched. Okay? I'm in that sunshine, but I am being scorched. That is not as it should be. It should not be nourishing. The sunshine should not be, but it is not at mine. Okay? So take heart. Because it is okay. It will be what? It will be well. Okay? If you know your strengths, that no one can lie to you about your strengths. If you know your weaknesses, no one can lie to you about your weaknesses. Someone cannot come and say you're a thief when you're not a thief. Okay? If you get intricate knowledge about yourself, then the world will not tell you who you are in any way or shape or whatever. If you get to know what you stand for, that is self-awareness. If you get to know that which is only complementary to you, that which is major to you, ladies, that which is important to you, You get into deep knowledge of the person that you are. If it is Janet, there shouldn't be anything surprising about Janet. You should know Janet in the happiness stage. You should know Janet in the sadness stage. You should know Janet in the trial stage. You should know Janet in all forms and shapes. You should know the existing resources for Janet. If actually having a home to go to, your parents' home, should be looked at in both ways. It's an advantage that you have somewhere to go, okay? And then also, you're going there should be that the other one is not working. Like, you should have everything. It shouldn't be a surprise to you. Are you getting it, ladies? So that the world doesn't tell you or guide you into paths that you're not ready to take. You're getting it? Even when you're in that relationship of the God's men and children that you're talking about, you should first be you. Okay? You should first be you. This comes a little bit late for some people because they have already given everything that they have. And they have been defined by the partners that they've got. They should not define you. Okay? You should know what Diana stands for. What is it that Diana wants to achieve in life? What are her goals? What are her values? What are her aspirations? What are those deep down dreams that you can't even share with people? They should be known to you. Clarity. Okay? Samantha, if that dream came today, you should know where the dream starts and how big you want it to be, and no one should tell you otherwise. If it is that big dream of the opera of Uganda, let it be. Okay? It is you who knows your dream in there. Ladies, I tell you that you will encounter situations that will want to take you off guard. Even in these things that we do, you'll find a trial. And you feel like, what am I even doing this? But if you have something that you believe in, that is already there, existing for you, then you know where you're going. Okay? So I want us to, if you can take away anything, is to get intimate knowledge of who you are as a person. They will use other terms called self-awareness. Self-awareness comes with self-love, you come with self-improvement. Once you know, even when you know your strengths and weaknesses, for you to be, you have to work on them. It is all that. But what I want you to know is you to be a project, to be a major project in your life. Okay? Because we spend how many years? 24 years studying. Do you know that? Okay, 21 years studying for a job you're going to do. What have you studied? How much time have you invested in yourself? In studying you who is going to do this job? You're getting it? So let us invest in ourselves, the time. Let us invest in ourselves knowledge. Let us grow ourselves. Let us grow ourselves. So self-awareness. There are two things. Self-care. Once you know that person, once you know that peace that is going to take over the world, once you know that Trish that is going to run this show, then you have to nurture that peace. Okay? You have to nurture that person. Does that make sense? Then you have to be very, very particular on who you let into your space. You have to be very particular on what you let into your life. You have to be selfish in choosing you. Okay? Selfish in choosing you and choosing things that affect you. So you have identified who you are entirely, then you have to take care of that person. You define the relationships you want. You define the friendships, the support that you take in. You define who you're a support system to. You define the paths that you take. You define how you're going to call upon the different resources in your life. And you take care of yourself. You define how you speak to yourself. You define how you take care of yourself. Take care of yourself and yours. You choose the ones who you're calling yours. You choose yours. Okay? So basically, you know the person, then you take care of the person. People, I have used singular, person. I've not said people. I've said person. That even when you say yours and yours, you and yours, you're choosing those people. But you first. Even if it's your husband. You cannot be a good wife if you've not chosen yourself. You cannot be a good mother if you've not chosen yourself. You cannot be a good employee if you have not chosen yourself first. You cannot be a good sister, a good friend, a good anything if you're not good enough for yourself. Okay? So, ladies, for those takeaways, 2, know yourself with all the information. Study. Okay? Invest. Take care of yourself. Because the world is not short of harshness. The world is harsh. You have to be prepared to thrive, even in the harshness. Thank you very much.
I think even if we stop here, though we're not going to stop here. I am so fulfilled. I know it's hard to redefine, rebuild, and love your life in the middle of it. It's hard to redefine, rebuild, and love your life in the middle of it. As I always tell you, you want to call, but don't ask for money. That's what I don't have. Exactly, I don't have. But why I brought Mrs. Janat, because I need a therapist personally. I told her after here I'm signing out. Let's make therapy normal. We are here for a reason. If I'm to look through, some of us have not talked for the longest time, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad to have this great mind. It's okay. It's 100% okay not to be okay.